Welcome to SOCRadar's AI-powered podcast, Biggest Cyber Attacks of 2024.
All right. So today we're going deep on cybersecurity. But get this, we're actually looking back at 2024 to kind of, help us all figure out what's coming next in 2025. So we're using this report called Cybersecurity in 2025, a look back at 2024's biggest cyber attacks and lessons for the future.
That's the one.
Now,
we've got a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, what kind of stuff went into this report? Like, where did they get all this information?
Well, they pulled from a lot of different sources, like news reports, company statements, and even some whispers from the dark web forums.
Ooh, dark web forums.
Yeah.
Sounds a little shady.
Got to get the inside scoop.
You get that inside scoop.
Oh, no.
Okay, so 2024, though, I mean, why are we even talking about 2024?
So 2024 was a really big year for cyber attacks. I mean, it was wild. We saw attacks across pretty much every sector.
Really?
Yeah, and
like every industry.
Pretty much, yeah, globally.
Wow.
Trillions of dollars damages.
Oh my goodness.
And cybersecurity ventures.
Yeah.
They're actually predicting that this number is going to hit 10.5 trillion annually.
Wow.
By 2025.
So like a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it really drives home the point that nobody is immune to this.
So it wasn't just like, small businesses getting hit or whatever?
Not at all. We saw government agencies, massive corporations.
Really?
Yeah.
Targeted just as much as anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, hold on. Even the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, got hacked.
Yep.
That's like the security guard.
Yeah.
Getting robbed in their own security office.
It's crazy.
How'd that even happen?
Well, that's where we start to see this trend of supply chain attacks. Really taking off in 2024.
Right.
Groups like Termite and Salt Typhoon.
Got it.
They were really active and causing some major problems.
Salt Typhoon, Termite, are these like hacker groups?
Yeah, like cyber criminal groups, yeah.
Okay. All right, break it down for me. What is a supply chain attack?
So imagine like hackers want to break into a bank vault, right?
Got it.
Now, instead of trying to crack the vault directly, they go after the company that makes the vault's locks. Or maybe the security company that guards the building.
Okay.
So by exploiting those vulnerabilities.
So they go after the weaker link in the chain.
Exactly. Oh, that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
And kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
It's clever.
It is clever.
So, and CISA, they were breached through a third-party vendor they used, Vivanti VPN products.
Okay.
And to make matters worse, this attack also hit other federal agencies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That were using the same products?
Yeah, same products.
So it's not even just about protecting your own systems. You have to worry about the people you do business with, too?
Yeah.
Like everyone?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a lot to keep track of.
It is a lot.
Okay, so supply chain attacks were big.
Yeah, they were big.
In 2024.
Uh-huh.
But what about ransomware?
Okay.
Weren't those attacks supposed to be, like, going down?
You'd think so, right?
Yeah.
Especially with some of the bigger ransomware groups, like Lockbit and Black Cat.
I've heard of those guys.
Yeah, they were kind of laying low.
Okay.
But the truth is ransomware was still a massive problem.
Oh, really?
Huge problem.
Huh.
Nearly 20% spike.
Wow.
Just in
2024?
Just in the first quarter of 2024.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was it like, were these smaller attacks?
Yes.
Or did any big players get hit?
Well, there was one that really stands out.
Okay.
It was an attack on FBCS.
What is that?
A debt collection agency.
A debt collection agency.
Yeah, so you might be thinking, why would hackers target a debt collector?
Right. Like, they don't have millions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
To steal, right.
Yeah. It's not about the debt collector's money.
Okay.
It's about accessing the data they hold for their clients.
Oh.
So FBCS handled sensitive data for major companies.
Got it.
Like Comcast and Truist Bank.
Right.
And when they got hit with ransomware, it exposed data for over 4 million people.
So like all their customers' data?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
It was...
That's messed up.
Yeah, it was a big one.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse, both Comcast and Truist Bank, they waited months
before they told people.
Before notifying the affected customers.
Really? Yeah. What were they doing?
It's not...
Like, just hiding it.
It's not entirely clear, but it raises some serious questions about, you know, how companies are handling these things.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's not good.
At all.
It underscores the importance of being transparent and communicating quickly in these situations.
Okay, so I'm already a little uneasy about all this, but at least my data is safe up in the cloud, right?
Yeah, about that.
Oh.
We need to talk about the Snowflake breach.
Okay.
This one...
Is this bad?
This one was a major wake-up call for anyone who thinks the cloud is an impenetrable fortress.
Oh, gosh. What happened with Snowflake?
It was like a perfect storm of vulnerabilities.
Oh, no.
Are you worried about your personal data being exposed on the dark web? Visit SOCRadar today and get your free personalized dark web report. In just seconds, you can find out if your information is at risk. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect yourself now. Head to SOCRadar.io for your free report and take control of your online safety.
So, hackers got their hands on stolen credentials, probably from previous malware infections.
Got it.
And they used these credentials to get into Snowflake systems.
Okay.
Now, the scary part is a lot of these accounts didn't have basic security measures like multi-factor authentication.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they didn't have that turned on?
It wasn't turned on yet.
Wow. Okay. So even cloud services...
Can
be vulnerable.
But
what kind of impact are we even talking about here?
Massive.
Oh, no.
Millions of users affected.
Millions?
Including customers of major companies.
Oh, okay. Woo.
Like Santander Bank, Ticketmaster, and AT&T.
Wow, big names.
Sensitive data, call logs, personal information, even financial records stolen and sold on the dark web.
Wait, Ticketmaster, AT&T.
Yeah.
Those are like huge companies.
Huge companies.
This wasn't just a data breach, it was like a data explosion.
There's a big one.
So I'm guessing this wasn't a quick in and out job, right?
You're right about that.
Oh, man.
This wasn't a smash and grab. The data that was stolen from Snowflake was circulating. Wow.
On the dark web for months.
Oh, my goodness.
And it wasn't until October
really
that the U.S. Department of Justice finally announced an indictment.
Wow. So this was going on for a while.
For a long time.
Under the radar.
Under the radar.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long and messy aftermath.
Oh, I bet.
It really exposed just how interconnected everything is.
Right.
Our digital lives.
Right.
Let's dig into how some of those big names were impacted.
Yeah.
Starting with Ticketmaster.
Okay.
So imagine you're one of their 560 million users.
560 million.
560 million users.
That's more people than in all of North America.
It's a lot of people.
Gosh, what kind of data did they lose?
So everything from basic contact details, financial information, even ticket purchase histories and event preferences.
So not only is like all their personal information out there,
but hackers could also use this.
Exactly.
To create fake accounts.
Yeah,
or send like really targeted phishing scams.
Absolutely. It's like a gold mine for cyber criminals and for Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
This resulted in a PR nightmare and a pretty hefty class action lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Ouch. Yeah.
But I think banks would have better security in place.
Yeah.
So what about Santander?
Okay, yeah. What about that?
Oh, even a global giant, like Santander wasn't immune.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They ended up losing sensitive data for 30 million customers.
30 million customers.
30 million.
That's like wiping out the savings of a small country.
It's a lot.
Yeah, this is making me nervous about where I keep my money.
Right.
Yeah.
It really highlights the importance of being careful, even when you're choosing, well-established institutions.
Yeah, like you would think a bank.
You would think.
Would have top-notch security.
You'd hope so, yeah.
And while Santander did react quickly to mitigate the damage, it definitely raised some concerns about, the security of financial data in these third-party cloud environments.
Okay, so Ticketmaster, Santander, they took major hits.
Yeah.
Was anybody else?
Yeah, unfortunately.
This?
AT&T was another casualty.
AT&T too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their breach impacted a whopping 109 million customers.
Oh my goodness.
Hackers got access to call logs, phone numbers, even location data.
Wait, so not only is our financial data at risk, but now our communication records and our physical location can be tracked?
It's kind of creepy.
It's more than creepy. That's scary.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
It exposes, the vulnerability of our increasingly digital lives.
Right.
And raises questions about, how to protect this sensitive data, especially when it comes to critical infrastructure. Yeah, like I don't want people to know where I am or who I'm talking to.
Yeah, it's concerning.
Okay, so this whole snowflake thing is really making me rethink my whole approach to online security,
Yeah.
So besides choosing our cloud providers carefully, are there any other key takeaways from all this?
The snowflake breach, while definitely a worst case scenario, offers some valuable lessons.
Okay.
It really underscores the importance of strong password practices.
Right.
And enabling multi-factor authentication whenever possible.
Like that's extra layer.
It's basic.
It's basic, but it can make a world of difference.
So don't be lazy with those passwords, folks.
Don't be lazy.
Anybody else.
It also emphasizes the need for businesses to be extra cautious with cloud security.
Okay.
So implementing things like network allow lists,
which restrict access to only trusted sources.
So it's like a whitelist.
Exactly.
Okay.
Can significantly reduce your risk. And of course, continuous monitoring of cloud-based services is critical for, detecting any suspicious activity early on.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it sounds like even with cloud services, we can't just assume that everything's secure. We have to be proactive.
You got to be proactive.
But not all attacks are as complex as the snowflake breach, right?
Right.
What about those more opportunistic attacks?
That
prey on chaos and confusion?
Those were definitely prevalent in 2024 as well.
Really?
Yeah. And two cases that illustrate this perfectly are the polyfill supply chain attack and the CrowdStrike phishing campaign.
Okay. So tell me about this polyfill attack.
Okay, so
what happened there?
Polyfill is a popular JavaScript library. Basically, it helps websites function properly across different browsers.
Okay.
So think of it as like a behind-the-scenes tool that most website owners use without even realizing it.
So it's something a lot of websites depend on.
A lot of websites.
Depend on it, yeah.
So a single point of failure, maybe.
Exactly. And that's what made this attack so effective.
Oh, okay.
So a Chinese company called Funnel.
Okay.
They managed to gain control of the polyfill domain.
Wait, so they hijacked?
They hijacked it.
This essential tool.
They did.
How did they do that?
The exact details are still a little murky.
Okay.
But the bottom line is they were able to redirect users visiting those websites to different, often malicious destinations.
So instead of landing on your favorite online store, you could end up on a page that's trying to steal your information.
Yeah, or infect your computer.
Right. With malware.
Wow.
And we're not talking about small-time websites here.
Oh, really?
Huge names like Warner Bros. And Hulu.
Wow, okay.
They were affected.
So big websites.
Big websites, yeah.
Wow, and how do they get so many websites to use?
That's the insidious nature of supply chain attacks.
Right.
They exploit the trust that exists between the websites and the third-party tools they use.
Got it.
Most website owners probably didn't even realize they were using the compromised version.
Until it was too late. Okay, so that's one way hackers can
capitalize on chaos.
Yeah, what about the CrowdStrike example?
Okay, so
was that different?
This one's almost ironic.
Okay.
Considering CrowdStrike is a cybersecurity company.
Oh.
They had a bit of a blunder.
Right.
With a faulty software update, which caused a ton of their users to experience the dreaded blue screen of death.
Oh, no. So their security software was causing security problems?
Well, it was more of a technical glitch than a security flaw, but it definitely created an opportunity for cyber criminals.
Right.
So they quickly set up fake websites that looked like CrowdStrike's official support channels.
So users are freaking out about their crashed computers go online to search for help.
Exactly.
And then they stumble upon these fake websites.
Classic phishing scheme.
Yeah, so the fake sites were like made to trick people into giving up their information.
Stay one step ahead of cyber threats. Visit SOCRadar.io today and explore our powerful cyber threat intelligence platform, absolutely free. Protect your business with real-time insights and proactive defense strategies. Don't wait for an attack. Be prepared. Go to SOCRadar.io now.
So these hackers weren't just like technically skilled,
No.
they understood like psychology.
They did. They knew how to manipulate people
Right.
just as well as they manipulate technology.
And they were taking advantage of the chaos.
They were taking advantage of that chaos.
Kind of reminds me of like
Yeah.
those fake tech support scams.
Yeah, exactly.
Target, like grandparents.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Cyber criminals are getting really sophisticated
Yeah.
in their methods. And in this case, they even had some unlucky allies.
Oh.
A hacktivist group called Handala.
Hold on, hacktivists.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just about money.
No, they saw this as a chance to push their own agenda.
What were they after?
So they launched these phishing campaigns targeting Israeli organizations.
Okay.
But instead of stealing data,
Yeah.
their aim was disruption.
Okay.
They were spreading wiper malware
Oh, wow.
designed to erase data and cripple computer systems.
So not all hackers are like motivated by profit.
Not all of them, no.
Yeah.
Some of them have
They look
political or ideological motives.
And they could be just as dangerous.
Just as dangerous, if not more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more about like causing chaos.
Chaos and disruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered
Yeah.
supply chain attacks, ransomware,
Yeah.
cloud vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
opportunistic attacks.
Yep.
Is there anything else we should be worried about?
Well, unfortunately,
Oh, no.
the threat of cyber espionage
Okay.
and disruptions to critical infrastructure
Right.
were also major concerns in 2024.
Okay, so less about stealing my credit card number
Right.
and more about like
Disrupting entire
industries or nations.
Like cyber warfare.
Cyber warfare, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a big deal.
Who are like the main players in this?
So one group that made a significant comeback was Salt Typhoon,
Salt Typhoon. Okay.
a Chinese state-sponsored group.
Okay, so not like your average hacker.
No, not your average hack.
These are like pros.
These are highly trained professionals
Wow.
with significant resources and backing.
Yeah. Okay, so what were they up to in 2024?
Their main target
Yeah.
was the U.S. telecommunications industry.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking...
So like the heart of our communications networks. Exactly. Major players like Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile.
What were they hoping to achieve?
It was all about stealing sensitive data
Okay.
and gaining access
Right.
to critical infrastructure.
Okay.
So exploiting vulnerabilities within those telecom networks
Yeah.
for intelligence gathering,
Okay.
data exfiltration,
Right.
espionage.
So like tapping into the main arteries of information.
Exactly.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, it is.
Were they successful?
To a degree, yes.
Oh, no.
They managed to compromise several telecom companies.
Wow.
Including those we mentioned. And their attacks weren't limited to corporations.
Right.
They even targeted political figures.
Wow.
Which really highlights just how high the stakes were.
So are we basically sitting ducks in this cyber warfare?
It's a growing concern.
Yeah.
And governments around the world are trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So in the U.S., for example,
Oh.
the government confirmed that a 9th telecom company had been breached
A night.
by December 2024.
Oh, my goodness.
And they admitted that Salt Typhoon's tactics were becoming increasingly complex and sophisticated.
So what are they doing to fight back?
Well, the U.S. government and its allies, they're collaborating on defense strategies, like the Secure American Communications Act, which aims to bolster critical infrastructure protection. And at an organizational level, it's crucial for those telecom companies to constantly evaluate and improve their security measures.
Okay, so it's kind of a combination of government and industry working together to fight this.
To try to stay ahead of the threat. Yeah.
Okay.
But cyber espionage wasn't the only way that critical infrastructure was targeted in 2024.
Yeah, what about that Blue Yonder attack? That was a big one, right?
That was a major one.
Yeah.
In November 2024.
Okay.
Blue Yonder.
Yeah.
A supply chain solutions provider.
Okay.
Was hit by a ransomware attack.
Okay.
From a group called Termite.
Termite. Oh.
Which is an offshoot of the infamous Babook ransomware gang.
Okay.
And this wasn't your average ransomware attack.
Well, great. So it was worse?
A little worse.
Than a regular ransomware attack.
Yeah.
What did they do?
So they took it a step further with what's known as double extortion.
Double extortion, what's that?
So they not only encrypted Blue Yonder's data, but they also stole a massive amount of it.
Oh, no!
680 gigabytes.
Wow.
To be exact.
Okay.
And threatened to leak it.
So double the pressure.
Double the pressure, double the potential damage.
Ouch. Who was actually affected by this, though?
Well, considering Blue Yonder provides services to a ton of big-name companies, the ripple effect of this attack was enormous.
Oh, wow. Like who?
Microsoft, Tesco, even Starbucks.
So it's not just about stealing data anymore. It's about, like, crippling industry.
Entire industry.
This is starting to feel like a bad sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's the reality we're facing. Supply chains are so interconnected these days that a disruption in one key node can trigger a cascade of consequences.
Right, it's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah, this is a lot to take in.
It is a lot.
Yeah, it feels like every time we
think we got it figured out.
Yeah, hackers find a new way to...
They always find a new way.
Yeah, outsmart us.
It's an arms race.
Okay, but before we wrap things up, there's one more major incident we need to discuss.
Let's do it.
It involves phishing.
Okay.
But with a new twist, that really highlights how vulnerable we all are.
All right.
Ugh, phishing emails.
Yeah.
They're like the cockroaches.
Yeah, they are.
On the internet.
They're always there.
They're always lurking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always lurking.
And they always sound so efficient.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Yeah.
They are.
Okay, so.
But this phishing campaign was particularly insidious because it didn't involve emails at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, how?
It targeted Chrome extensions.
Oh, those little add-ons.
The little add-ons.
Yeah, grammar checkers and stuff.
Yeah, grammar checkers, ad blockers, that kind of thing.
Wait, even browser extensions can be compromised.
Even browser extensions.
What? But we install those to make our experience better, not worse.
I know. It's a problem.
Yeah.
We often trust these extensions without realizing the risk.
Yeah, okay.
So this particular campaign started with an investigation into a compromised security extension from a company called
Cyberhaven.
And they discovered that hackers had injected malicious code into their extension.
So even a security extension.
Even a security extension.
Designed to protect us.
I know, it's messed up.
Can be turned against us.
It is.
Okay, and was Cyberhaven the only one?
No, they weren't.
Oh, great.
At least 36 other extensions were also affected, impacting an estimated 2.6 million users.
2.6 million users.
2.6 million.
That's a lot of data.
It's a lot of data.
What were these extensions doing?
So they were essentially designed to steal sensitive data. Things like cookies, which store our browsing history. And login information. And access tokens, which can grant access to our online accounts.
So they could, like, hijack our whole online identity.
It's a very real possibility.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. And the scariest part is that this campaign was incredibly stealthy.
Okay.
So the malicious code was embedded within legitimate extensions.
Right.
So most users wouldn't have had a clue.
I wouldn't even know.
They wouldn't know.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and the early signs of this activity actually go back to March 2024.
Really?
But it didn't fully come to light until December.
So this was going on.
Yeah, it was a slow burn.
For a while.
For a while, just quietly siphoning off data.
Cheeky.
Very sneaky.
Yeah.
And what's even more concerning is that new compromised extensions are still being discovered.
Oh, wow.
So the full extent of this campaign is still unknown.
It really makes you wonder what you can trust these days.
It does.
So if we can't even trust security extensions, what are we supposed to do?
Wow.
Throw our computers in the ocean?
You could do that.
Go live off the grid?
You could, or there are some steps we can take to mitigate the risk.
Right.
This incident really highlights the responsibility of extension developers.
Right.
They need to prioritize robust security practices.
Like what kind of stuff?
So things like code signing.
Okay.
Regular security audits.
Right.
And continuous monitoring for suspicious activity.
Okay, so it's really up to the developers to build secure extensions.
Yeah, and to
keep an eye on things.
Keep an eye on things, exactly.
Okay, but as users, what can we do?
Well, we can't just blindly click add to Chrome anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
We need to be more cautious about the extensions we install.
So, actually do some research.
Do your research.
Before you just download something.
Exactly. Check the source.
Right.
Read the permissions they request.
Okay.
And be wary of anything.
Right.
That seems too good to be true.
Okay, so do your research, folks.
Do your research.
Don't just download any shiny new extension that catches your eye.
Don't do it.
What else can we do to stay safe?
Keeping your extensions updated is crucial.
Okay.
Developers often release updates
Yeah.
that patch security vulnerabilities.
Got it.
So making sure you have the latest version is essential.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
Supply chain attacks, ransomware, cloud vulnerabilities, opportunistic exploits, even cyber espionage.
We went deep.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind.
It has.
Tour of the 2024 cybersecurity landscape.
That's right.
And it's a little overwhelming.
It is a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But what does it all mean for us going forward? What's the big takeaway?
Okay.
How do we protect ourselves in 2025 and beyond?
If 2024 taught us anything,
Yeah.
it's that the cyber threat landscape is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
It's getting more sophisticated and interconnected.
Okay.
But the good news is...
Okay, there's good news.
There's good news.
Okay, what is it?
There are steps we can take to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, give it to me straight.
Right.
What's the survival guide?
Right.
For this digital minefield?
First and foremost, patch your systems.
Okay.
Diligently.
Such patch.
Good patch.
Got it.
We saw how devastating unpatched vulnerabilities can be.
Yeah.
Even for organizations like CISA.
Right.
Make it a priority.
Okay.
To keep your software updated, especially for critical systems.
Right. Don't ignore those update notifications.
Don't ignore them.
Got it. What else? Yeah.
Next, enhance your visibility.
Okay.
With real-time monitoring.
So
it's like having security cameras for your digital assets.
Okay.
You need to be able to detect suspicious activity early on and respond quickly to contain any potential damage.
Sounds like a must-have.
Yeah, pretty much.
For any organization, big or small.
For sure.
Okay, anything else?
And lastly, don't underestimate the importance of third-party risk management.
Third-party. Right.
Remember those supply chain attacks?
Oh, yeah.
They can cripple entire industries.
Yeah.
So vet your suppliers carefully.
Okay.
Make sure they have robust security practices in place.
Right.
And keep an eye on their security posture.
So to recap, proactive patching, real-time monitoring, strong third-party risk management.
Those are the three pillars of a solid cybersecurity strategy.
All right, so...
And it's important to remember that cybersecurity is an ongoing process.
Right.
It's not about achieving perfect security.
Yeah, you're right.
But rather about continuously improving our defenses.
Okay.
And adapting...
to whatever's coming next.
To the ever-changing threat landscape.
Well said. So... to our listeners out there, we've given you a lot to think about today.
A lot to think about.
What steps will you take to stay safe online?
Yeah, what will you do?
In 2025 and beyond.
Yeah.
Your digital safety is in your hands.
It is.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe.
Wake up, the cyber world is calling. Follow the clues of the cyber world.